Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa for those of you visiting me for the first time, and I am a mixed media abstract artist from Pennsylvania. So I got some wooden panels and I was so excited to see that my Michaels started selling these. Locally, we did not. We were always able to order them from their site. I typically got mine off of Amazon, but I ended up getting these 8x10s from there. And I have some of my matte gel medium. I'm going to do an old school silly bird collage. You might remember I did a few of these almost 2 years ago now, but I was re-looking at that video and I thought, that looks like so much fun. I'm going to do another one of those for you today. So I went ahead and got some of my collage papers that I have laying around. I've got so many that I kind of just was grabbing like colors or colors and patterns that I thought would go together. And I didn't have any plan in mind because that's how I typically work best as an intuitive artist, just kind of starting and reacting to what's going on the page. And I've got basically going on a different theme, or I guess different color scheme, I should say, of just all greens in this piece. So what I'm doing there is either cutting or tearing different pieces, and I'm using that matte gel as my adhesive. You can find that in any art supply store or on Amazon. I actually have an affiliate link to that, and as well as all of my frequently used items in the description of this and all of my videos. So if you're ever curious about what I'm using or where to get it, you'll be able to find that information down there. I typically use the matte gel medium as opposed to the gloss, which you definitely absolutely can use too. I just don't necessarily want that glossy finish from the beginning. I almost always end up putting a glossy finish on at the end, and some of you asked in one of my last videos, which, by the way, thank you so much for all of the support on the videos and all of the comments. I am in the process of replying to all of those right now for you. But someone asked about the finish that I put on and if I put a fixative over my charcoal work. So what I usually use in the end is Krylon triple thick acrylic spray. I like that one because A, it's easy to find, B, it is relatively affordable, and it's an acrylic, so it works with the acrylics that I use. And at the very end, I will take my pieces outside and give them a good spray and let them dry. You definitely want to do that in a well-ventilated area. It does have a smell to it, and I'm sure the chemicals are not healthy to be breathing in, so I always just make sure to take mine outside and do it out there. It dries pretty quickly too, so it's not like you're going to have to be waiting days or anything. It's dry to the touch within an hour, I would say, at the longest. But yeah, that's what I typically use to finish all of my pieces with. Although I did pick up some varnish to try. So a gloss varnish, I think it's a Liquitex product. I bought that when Joann's was going out of business. So I haven't tried that yet, but I will be trying that on one of my pieces in the future. But anyway, back to what we're doing here. I also, in addition to the green, I found some like pink and peachy colored collage papers too. And I'm just adding those in for a little bit of variation. I'm probably going to be doing another collage printing, paper printing video here in the near future, just because they're a lot of fun to do. I like making new collage papers and having a lot of options, even though I've already got hundreds of them laying around. It's always fun to make more. So if you're interested in seeing some of my more commonly used papers that I make, I will have that coming up for you at some point here. But yeah, as you can see, all I'm really doing now is just filling all of the empty space on my board there. Incidentally, I did prime that board with gesso. You do not have to. I wasn't sure when I started if I was going to go in directly with paint or do some collage. Turned out I was doing collage over the whole thing. So even if you're just doing paint, you don't necessarily have to prime it for any reason. I do because I feel like it accepts the paint a little bit better and it doesn't soak in. And also, if you're working with a white surface, you're going to get much more true colors than if you're not. So just some little tips there on why I do that. So once I get all of the collaging done on this layer, I will let the whole thing dry completely because I don't necessarily know exactly what I'm going to do to start the next layer, and I do want to make sure that I'm not piling too much wet media on top of each other. It's more likely to come up if you do it that way, and it's just better to have a nice dry flat surface to work with. It's like starting fresh on every single layer. So I have that little daisy sheet that I printed there, and you've seen me do hundreds of uh, prints of artificial flowers. Those were actually real daisies that we picked from outside, and I'd never printed live flowers before. It's a different experience, but as you can see, they turned out really nice. And I turned that sheet over and just drew a little template of like a very basic abstract bird shape, as you can see there. And I think that turned out really cool with the daisies and the colors that I have in the background. If you want to see me print that sheet, it is actually in my video short that I did this week. I can link it to the end here for you. So what I was going for here with the birds, since the background, while it is busy, it's not overly bright. So I really wanted to contrast that kind of the more muted colors with something a little louder and a little brighter to go with the birds. Now I'm definitely going to do some work on top of them with different inks or paints or more collage. At this point, I wasn't sure yet. I just knew that I wanted these basic bird shapes down. So after playing around with placement for a little while just to see where I wanted them to sit on the board, just going ahead and gluing those down on top of the other collage and smoothing it over there with my old gift card. I do that to make sure that everything sits flat. I put a coat of the medium down as a glue, as an adhesive, and then I put another one on top. That's just to make sure that everything is going to sit nice and flat. And then when I smooth it over, it gets out any potential air bubbles there. So I chose another piece of collage paper that also goes with the background in another bright color and did a larger bird there. And I'm going to just fiddle around here a little bit with placement and see how I want that to fit up against the other one. I was going for two different sized birds here, one slightly larger than the other. And that's just to create a little bit of visual interest and not have everything be exactly the same. So I went ahead and used the medium to get him glued down once I was happy with all of the placement there. So as I'm doing this, I'm kind of starting to think about what I might want to do as my next step or next layer. I know I want to add some patterns or colors or something to the surface of the birds to make them stand out a little bit more, and there are a lot of different options that I could use. I have some acrylic ink there and a pen and nib that I decided to go in with. That is a turquoise, because I thought that would contrast nicely to that red orange that I have on there. And I went in and filled the whole bird up with those just little teardrop shapes everywhere. I liked the way it looked. It created a pattern. You could kind of, I guess, see those as abstract feathers if you want. But when you see the whole thing done, it just kind of looked cool, I thought, just something different. So I wanted to do some eyes, and I'm using my acrylic paint pen, my Posca marker there. There's also a link to those in the description. Be careful, because as you can see there, if you press those down, the paint will come flooding out. If you catch it when it's wet, though, you'll be able to wipe it off. That's another benefit of using the acrylic media, like the matte gel medium that I use. It will allow you to wipe off any mistakes or splatters or anything that you get on there if you do it while it's still wet, while the paint is still wet, not the media. And I've got some gel pens there, and I'm basically just going in and having fun creating little designs. This is to be a very playful piece, obviously. I mean, you can clearly see I'm not going for anything realistic here, just something kind of fun and freeing. And I think sometimes it's important to do work like this, whether it's just for yourself or you intend to do it for a certain purpose. It kind of resets your creativity in a way. And I know for myself, at least, when I'm doing my other types of pieces, I want, while I might not enter into them with a plan, I do want a more professional looking outcome for a lot of them. And so I need to worry a little bit more about technique and things like that. But something like this, it's literally like being a child again, and you're just having fun and you're playing around and seeing what happens. And if you're lucky, you'll get something that maybe you will want to do something with. But if you're not, if you don't, there's nothing wrong with that, because creating art just for the sheer joy of it is important too, I think. So anyway, here, once I got some design into the birds there, I have a charcoal pencil there that I'm outlining everything with. I could have used, a marker or anything. I could have used a fine liner with paint, really anything at all. I just wanted him outlined. I like the idea of the charcoal because I can go in and smudge that with my finger, which I'm going to do at the end once I get everything done. And it creates like a softness of the line, and almost, not quite, but almost adds a dimensionality to it, so, like a quality of dimension. Again, nothing hyper realistic, but just a little bit in the smudging of that charcoal will give you the hint or idea of some type of dimension. I set a piece of paper down there so that I'm not dragging my hand through everything, because I will definitely forget and do that, and then I'll have a smudgy mess. But once I got everything outlined, I decided that I did want to go in and add a little bit more to certain areas. So once I got all of that down, I took my finger along the edge, as you can see there, and I'm just very lightly, without trying to not make a mess doing it, which can be difficult, so pay attention to what you're doing. Um, just kind of give that a slight smudge around the edge, and it just really softens everything up while still giving that outline and that contrast between the birds and the background. When you're doing collage on top of other collage, and both of the papers can be a little bit busy, you do want to make sure that there's some kind of delineation, or it can just not look right. It's going to look messy and unfinished. So I usually take some sort of outline around mine. I went in after I had that part done, and I'm just going around some of the edges and corners and giving it a little more definition and a little more darkness. I don't want to say shading because it's not exactly that, but just a little bit of thickness of line that's different in certain places to make it look a little more visually appealing. I'm just going to get that finished up for you right here. Now that that part's done, I decided to go in and give him some silly long legs and some silly little bird feet. Again, obviously not anatomically correct here, but just going for something that's kind of fun to look at. And I like doing these super tall bird legs on these pieces because it's just kind of funny, and I don't know, I get a kick out of it. So that's why I do it. It's important to enjoy what you're doing here, because if you're not enjoying it, then why are you doing it, right? That's what I always say anyway. But at that point, I decided I wanted to put a little charcoal around the edges there to also bring in a little dimensionality. If you've watched my videos, you've seen me do this on several other pieces. Sometimes I use paint, sometimes I use charcoal, but since I had done charcoal in the piece around the bird and on the legs, I decided to keep with that theme. And I just take a piece of very dark charcoal. I take it just around the edges of the entire board there and blend it out with my finger a little bit. So I had stopped at that point overnight, wasn't sure what I wanted to do, if anything. I thought it might be done, but the more I looked at the bird there on the right, the more I thought it needed a little more work. It was just a little bit plain looking, even with all of those ink marks inside of it. So I decided to grab another piece of collage paper and add some more color to it. So I'm just cutting some very rudimentary wing shape there, and I put a couple different colors together. Be careful if you go in to do work when you've already laid charcoal down, because as you can see, it will smear. I was able to clean that up, but just something to keep in mind. I would have normally waited till the very end to do the charcoal, but I kind of thought I was done, and then it turned out I wasn't. So, just have to roll with it sometimes, but just be aware of what you already have down there and make sure that you're not damaging it. So at that point, I decided I'm going to just go with it here and, go all in. And I got some of my acrylic ink out. That is a fluorescent pink. And I have a bamboo skewer there that I am dipping into my ink well and just putting some fun dots all over the place. I end up doing this on both of the birds to carry it over a little bit. I love the dot pattern. It's something that I use a lot in my work. If you've watched me, you've seen this before. Then I decide to, along with that pink, also go in with some of the turquoise. There was a lot of turquoise in the bird on the left, and I just thought it kind of worked to bring everything together as well. So once I get all of this ink on there, I'm going to let this get good and dry because there are large dots of ink on there, as you can see. It's going to take a little while to get those dried off. And then once they are dry, I'm going to go back in with my charcoal pencil around that wing area and then get everything sprayed. Just about done with the charcoal. I'm going to spray everything up and then I will be back in just a moment to show you the finished piece. And here we are. I really like the way this turned out. It was fun. I like to do these once in a while just as a reset for myself, although I do think they're fun to look at and I would definitely hang them up. They would have their place. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the process as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you all for joining me. And if you liked what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I put out a new video every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you don't want to miss that, go ahead and turn on your bell notifications. And I can't wait to see you back here next week. Take care.